Welcome back to Usapang Bayan at kasama pa rin po natin si Mr. Fred Perdon, ang ating GNN Channel 48 Naga City partner. Fred, I know that you have been talking directly to Mayor Digong, no, our incoming president. Maaari niyo bang i-share sa amin yung mga natatandaan yung mga plano niya o yung mga gusto niyang mangyari para sa ating bayan?
Okay. Well, ito naman, hindi naman formal to na hindi naman talaga madalas kayo magkita. It's just that yung during the campaign, ang isang nakita ko dyan, parang narinig is yung bibigyan ng responsibility, yung mga barangay captains as part of campaign against illegal drugs. Because alam lang iba na ang mga barangay captains is really familiar sa area nila. Is that a lot of them, parang they don't bother eh. But what I heard is that, I mean, based again, is that the barangay captains should be at the forefront as far as the campaign on illegal drugs. Na dapat sila, they have to do their job. Because otherwise, if they don't do their job, they can be charged of not, there's a word, I just forgot the word, na hindi lang ginagampanan yung trabaho niya. So, itong mga narinig ko, talagang bibigyan nila ng focus as far as yung drug campaign o mga illegal activities. So, of course, that's yung mga na-remember ko. Kasi I was more on the economic side, mga developments, na yan ang mga...
On the economic side naman ho, ano naman ho?
Sa Bicol naman, I'm talking about Bicol, isa doon sa areas that I guess will also be given narinig namin is yung renewable energy. Because we all know that renewable energy is really what we need. So isa yun, which again jibes with the group that I'm also part with, yung Metro Naga Chamber of Commerce of yung renewable energy na i-fast track. And then if possible, ma-educate that these are the things that we really need as far as yung energy problem. The other thing that we're looking here is that based on our experience, yung 911 in Davao. In Naga, we have already talked with the Metro Naga Chamber of Commerce and with the other civic, even also with the LGU there, that we'd like to adopt the concept of the 911 because ang 911 for us is very important. And what I noticed, I mean, what I observed when I was in Davao is that almost all the areas there may camera. So they can see what is happening. And there's a monitor. They can see anong cars mapasok, even the plate
Hindi
number.
ho sira yung mga monitor.
Hindi. I was, so happy because I was given a tour. And I saw there for myself na in Davao, makita mo mga monitor, makita mo mga tao kung nasaan, yung napansin ko doon, yung lahat na pumapasok, the key street. The first thing that they get is your plate number, which is kept sa computer. So if you do something there, immediately meron kang ano. And sabi nga namin, is something that is again doable. There are certain amount of investment that you have to now purchase a CCTV camera. Otherwise, my understanding is that your permit will not be renewed. So that should help again in the crime prevention. These are some of the things that I observed which we want also to duplicate doon sa Naga City. My understanding there is that it's a joint effort of the city and also the private sector. And one thing I noticed in Davao, yung palang ambulance doon is libre. 911. In America, it's different, di ba? Sa America, you have to pay. And I found out that it's only in Canada, US, and Davao using the 911 number. So these are things that I think for a small areas that can be done. It doesn't need any major policy statement. All I have to do is, I guess, look into it and then look for some partners. My understanding, it was IBM also helped them. And we're glad because IBM is also in Naga. We've talked initially with the IBM people and they're open for possible partnership. So, ito sa tingin ko, mga mapag-aralan. Sabi nga, this is the evidence. We always talk about the evidence. What can you show to us? And these are some of the things that we've noticed.
Based on the unofficial tally, sir, nakita po natin yung slim lead ni Congresswoman Leni Robredo, who's also from Bicol,
Right.
against her political rival, Senator Bongbong Marcos. What can we expect from a Duterte-Robredo leadership if ever Congresswoman Leni wins the vice presidency?
I can talk about Lenny because she comes from Naga. The husband is a good friend of mine also, si Jesse. Jesse was 3 years lower sa akin sa Ateneo. I think there's going to be a good teamwork of Robredo and Duterte as far as the programs are concerned. In fact, I had the chance also to talk to Leni Robredo and we talk about possible cooperation. And I guess she would be a good partner of the...
In what way ho? Bakit ho? What makes you say that?
Well, I would say that more or less they have the same program of really improving the areas as far as, and then we all know, both if you notice, both of them are reluctant candidate, no? Si
Yes.
Lenny and also si Mayor Duterte, and we all know also na yung mga more or less yung mga ano rin nila, yung for the improvement, Lenny is also with the husband there of Naga. I think her experience would also match the experience of... So nakita ko dyan na I think there's going to be a good... And we're very happy, yung Naga, because that you have the vice president, you have the president supporting each other. So I don't see any reason why yung mga projects sa Bicol will not push through. Another thing that napag-usapan namin is yung airport sa Pili. The problem in Naga, the distance of the runway is very short. Kaya if you notice, we cannot accommodate yung big planes.
Hindi ba ho pwedeng habaan?
There's going to be a program now. It has to... this has also been there for quite some time, yung reorientation of the airport. I understand that there was also some studies made of the OTC. So what is needed again is to push through with this. Parang at least ma-realize yan. So I think with Lenny there, with Mayor Duterte also, thinking about the progress there, that should be realized in the short span of time. Malaking bagay yan sa Naga if we can have the airport reoriented so that we can now accommodate big planes. Right now, that's the reason why it's a bit expensive.
When you say reoriented, you mean to say expanded?
Of course, the orientation, because both sides are ravine.
Okay.
Kung hindi pwedeng mag-expand, so they have to reorient yung runway so that it can...
But isn't that dependent on the wind direction rather than...
They have made a study and I
Pwede.
think pwede na maano yan. With that, I'm sure that it will again, help in the progress of not only of Naga but also of Camarines, because you remember we have yung what you call it, yung Karamoan, no? A lot of people will visit that. But the problem right now is yung plane going there because only the small planes. So I guess my observation is that it's going to be a good working relationship, the vice president and also the president.
What if si Senator Marcos naman po ang manalo as vice president? What kind of leadership ang inaasahan natin from a Duterte-Marcos tandem? Kasi po yung iba nagre-raise ng concerns na baka possible lang martial law kapag silang dalawa yung nagtandem.
Hindi ako naniniwala because martial law is of the past. No? You cannot just impose martial law. Nowadays, what is the reason?
Yes.
Martial law will only happen unless there's a reason or threat, rebellion, or whatever. I don't think there's going to be any rebellion at this time. And of course, with the social media, everybody. So, to me, remote yung sinasabing magmamartial law. I don't agree with that. I mean, I don't believe in it.
Maybe, Fred, at this point, we should also let them know that you have had prior government experience. No?
Right.
Maybe you can tell us a little bit about that. That's why you can speak with some degree of authority when it comes to these things.
Well, of course, I had a stint in the government. I started working as a researcher during the time of Secretary Melchor. That is it used to be called DMS. Then it was renamed PMS. When Cory came, I was appointed to be the Deputy Executive Director. At the same time, I was appointed to head the Commission on Filipinos Overseas. It's an office in charge of all the immigrants. It's still there. The focus is looking into the welfare and interest of the immigrant. You have to remember that the immigrants are the one who really gives a lot of remittance, yung mga immigrants. So, I was part of that. I served the full term of Quora for 6 years. So, I had more or less an idea on the workings of the government. And of course, sa Bicol naman, I was partly involved with the Bicol River Basin. It's a major project there that, in fact, a lot of people are saying that perhaps there's a need to revive the river basin, especially focusing on the flood control, because flood is a major problem doon sa. So, more or less, that's my background in the government. But of course, after Cory, I went back to Naga, and of course, George with our boss, Philip, he invited me to put up a small TV station, which I'm glad doing now. Of course, I always tell my friends that while in the media, I always make sure that I play tennis regularly.
You also have your own program in Naga.
I have a program
Yes.
called Inside Bicol.
Inside Bicol.
It is regularly aired every Tuesdays and Fridays. So I do interview decision makers like the
In the
Perdon,
region.
in the region.
I see.
And then I'm glad also because with that I'm able to do some interviews of people visiting Naga, regardless of whatever political. Sometimes it's varied, no, about some of them about the NGOs, and it's nice also to be having a program more of. We all know that GNN is development-oriented.
Yes.
Ang GNN. Kung minsan magsasabi lang, ano yan, Fred, ang GNN, mukhang kontra sa administrasyon. No? Sabi ko, it's balance. It's balance. Because sila Mitos,
Yes.
he was,
Magsaysay.
Magsaysay, Mitos, Magsaysay, was there. I had a chance to visit there. So, yun that's the impression, some of them, because, di ba dito sa GNN, there's no censorship. Talagang ano yan. So some of them sabi
We try to tell it the way it is.
right, sabi nga, Wilfred, sabi ko, no, that's, sabi nga natin, is that they don't really, they don't,
Before we head off into another station break, no, in your experience, no, as a businessman in Naga and also as a talk show host in Naga, ano ho ba ang number one concern sa Naga ngayon? Is it drugs? Is it crime? Is it unemployment? Ano ho ba?
well, part na rin yun, yung drug is there, but more, if you go to Naga, there are a lot of developments in Naga now. You have, of course, the big stores there. Robinson will be there. IBM is there. So there are a lot of progress going on. But just like other city, you also have a problem on the drugs, on, this, but when you also look into the statistics, it's not really the big crime like kidnapping. We don't have that. More of mga petty crimes. In fact, there was one time an issue about it that sabi nila, yung Naga niya, parang mataas yung crime rate. Sabi nung chief of police doon, because there are people now who reports what's happening. They nawalaan sila ng pupunta. So that's part of the report. So that's the one. But if you go deeper into the statistics, there is no such thing as kidnapping, big time
Mga
murder,
petty crimes. I see.
So yan ang dyan. And we have a very efficient, local government there. Si Mayor John Bongkat has been re-elected and is doing well in Naga as far as attracting investment. Of course, with Lene Robredo there, nagtutulong-tulungan sila. And we have also a new congressman doon sa area yon, is Gabi Bordado, who won over Luis Villaferte, who has long been a congressman there. So we're hoping that with all these people there helping together, there's no reason why Naga should not be able to, achieve its goal of really making, If you notice talagang ang Naga is doing well. Even the Chamber of Commerce there, Hall of Famer yan, ang Chamber of Commerce doon sa Metro Naga.
I see.
Because they're active there, yung Metro Naga. I'm also a member of I'm a director there. And maganda ang samahan.
At this point, we'll need to have a station break. Makakasama pa rin po natin si Fred Perdon, ang co-organizer ng Duterte for President movement in the Bicol region. Please stay tuned.